Sai Charita, Chapter 11, the description of Sri Sai's greatness. In the present chapter, readers will be able to meditate on the manifested form of Baba, will attain the religious merit of offering hymns to Rudra 11 times. Baba's control over the 5 elements will be evident and his greatness will thus be understood. How Indra, Agni and Varuna obeyed Baba's commands will be understood after reading this chapter. Faith on the words of the Guru is like giving him a seat in your heart. To worship Sai Baba with complete resolution and abandoning all aspiration, not only Guru but Parabrahma will also be moved deeply. Hemant Pant says, unless one worships the bodily form, true devotion does not spring forth. In the same way, until there is no such devotion, the inner mind does not bloom. In fact, the form and the formless have no difference. The formless and the form are one. Whosoever one can see, on whose feet one can rest one's head, on whom one can meditate, in whose company one can chant lovingly, who can be worshipped with sandalwood paste, that bodily form of Sadguru is easy to understand. Once the love of the Saguna is firm and Nirguna is perceived. To enable the devotee to experience the abstract, Baba would evolve the various means. He would deprive some devotees to take his darshan for many days. Some would be sent to far off places, some would be made to sit far, some would be isolated in shady, some would be confined to the Vada, and he made them read Poti. When such practice goes for a number of years, then only the craving for the abstract will develop. After that, while resting, sleeping and eating, one would enjoy Baba's company inwardly. An idol indicates my invisible form, whereas saints are my living image. Thus says Lord Krishna, the God himself in Eknath Bhagavat. Bliss means Brahma. Listeners have heard Shruti's words very often. The learned read this in the scriptures, but the devotees experience these words only in shady. Baba's old seat means a piece of sackcloth. The devotees had put a nice mattress on that. There was a wall behind to rest. A bluster was also put there. Baba would sit on the mattress resting on the bluster. Though practically his residence appeared to be in shady, but he was all pervasive. This experience was always given to his devotees by Baba, though immutably, but he accepted the worship and rituals performed for him by his devotees. Some waved the whisk, some fanned, some played shehnai or drum and auspicious instruments to offer puja. Some would wash his hands and feet, while some would anointed him with attar and sandalwood paste. Some offered mahanivedya with betel nuts made out of 13 ingredients. Some applied gandha paste with 2 fingers horizontally across the forehead, as it is done for Shivalinga. Once Dr. Pandit, a friend of Tatya Sahib Dulkar, came to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. As soon as he arrived at Shirdi, he went first to the masjid. After prostrating before Baba, he sat there for a moment. Then Baba said to him, "Go to Dada Bhatt's place." Baba indicates the way with his finger. Dr. Pandit went to Dada Bhatt. Dada Bhatt gave him a suitable welcome. After Dada Bhatt himself set out for Baba's worship. "Would you come along?" he asked. "Would you come along?" he asked. And Pandit immediately set out. Dada worshipped Baba. Simple and devoted Pandit anointed Baba's forehead with the Tripunda. Before that, Baba never allowed any devotee to apply the gandh on his forehead. Mahalsapati smeared it on his throat, and the other devotees applied it on his feet. Dada was frightened to see Pandit's daring. He was frightened that Baba would get annoyed. In fact, Baba did not utter a word. On contrary, he seemed quite pleased. Dada but felt some painful regret. In the evening, he said to Baba, "When we try to apply a small tilak of gandha on your forehead, then you do not allow us to touch your forehead. And today, in the morning, when Pandit applied the tripunda on your forehead, you had deep affection for him." Hearing that, Baba said, "Oh Dada, his guru is Brahmin, whereas I am by caste a Muslim, but believing me to be his guru, he did Guru Puja. I am a great pious Brahmin. He is an unholy Yavan. How should I worship him?" This doubt did not even touch his heart. Therefore, I could not say, "Do not apply Gandha on my forehead. He has me with his pure devotion." Pandit was the disciple of Raghunath Siddha and Kaka Puranik of Dupeshwar near Rajapur. He remembered Kaka Puranik while applying Gandha on the forehead of Baba. As per one's faith, devotion is aroused. One day, a resident of Kalyan, a Muslim named Siddiq Falke, came to Shedi. He had been on a pilgrimage to Mecca Medina. There are two chavdis in front of each other in Shedi. In the beginning, the old Haji stayed for 9 months in the chavdi facing north. Baba forbade him to mount the step of the masjid. He used to pace around but could not exchange glance with Baba. Someone advised him, "Do not feel dejected. Before taking darshan of Lord Shankar, the darshan of Nandi is a must. In the same way, take Madhavrau's help. Your heart's desire will be fulfilled." Actually, whosoever desired to be with Baba, to have a dialogue in solitude, Madhavrao used to take the person with him. When Haji put out her bait, Madhavrao went to masjid and said to Baba, "Baba, that old Haji is greatly distressed. He has come for your darshan after doing the Makkah Madina pilgrimage. Innumerably people come and take darshan and go back. Then why is only this one longing in vain? Have mercy on him." Hearing that, Baba said, "If Allah's grace is not with him, what can I do for him? If he does not have in-depthness of Allah Mia, then how can he climb the steps of the masjid? There is a well at some distance from here. Ask that Haji if he will walk and come back." To that, Haji replied, "However difficult may be the path, I will walk and come back." Baba said to Madhavrao, "Shama, ask him 4 times. Will you give to Baba 40,000 rupees?" As soon as Madhavrao gave him the message, the Haji said, "I am ready to give even 40 lakhs. Where lies the question of thousands?" After that, Baba went near him, scolded him using unspeakable words, and turned back. Then Baba sent him a basket of mangoes. After a few days, he himself gave him 55 rupees. Thereafter, affection developed between them. Baba invited him to eat. Haji was delighted with bliss. Then he visited Baba from time to time. Every time Baba gave him money. Baba had his authority over 5 elements but did not execute them very often. Where there was a devotee's outcry, Baba rejected scornfully even the power of these 5 elements. For God and the saints, their devotees are dearer than themselves. Once at a time of sunset, the whirlwind arose with a thunder of clouds. It started raining. Cats and dogs and hailstones descended. There was a commotion among the village folks and cattle. Destitute beggars came for the shelter under the caves of masjid. The harvest was totally wet in the threshing ground. Seeing the panic of the people, Sai Maharaj was greatly moved, and leaving his seat came forward and stood near the plinth of masjid. God has to espoused the cause of the devotees. On hearing their appeals, Baba gave a terrific roar. Standing in the midst of the thunder and lightning, he was shouting at top of his voice. Hearing the loud roar, the rain stopped, the galling wind stopped, stars became visible in the sky. Later, the rains completely stopped, as if Indra had melted and thought of uphold the words of the saint. The sounds of thunder subsided. The wind blew gently. The birds and beasts and people regained their courage. After expressing their gratitude to Baba, all went back to their homes. Sai had great affection for his devotees, like that of a mother's compassion for her children. Sri Baba had the same control over the fire. One day, the afternoon, the Duni blazed uncontrollably. The flames billowed. The flames on the fire reached the roof of the wooden beams. It appeared that the masjid would quickly be reduced to ashes as at the burning of holy. But Baba was composed. He took the sabka in his hand and started forcefully striking, saying, "Get back." The flame subsided within seconds. The nature of the fire is to devour and to give light. Shri's Duni is its witness.